I actually really like these next percentage Zoom. Yeah, these names be getting crazy. Whatever these things are, I fuck with these joints. Like, they cut through the wind. They're kind of grippy. They're light. They have a nice cushion and bounce for a running shoe. I like the way they look. They're striking, you know, and they get the job done, yo. I think these shoes is what helped me get my first 10 miles in the first time I did it, and definitely helped me with my running, you know, because they're performance. They're not really for comfort. So when I walk in them, it feels strange. When I'm running in them, it feels natural. So yeah, it's time for me to finish off my carnivore diet. I'll be eating some chicken thighs and some ground lamb meat today. Today's day 21 of my carnivore diet, you know what I'm saying? I didn't think I was gonna go this long. I just kept prolonging it, extending it. And after I finish doing what I'm about to do after this, starting tomorrow or later today, I might get back into the carnivore diet because I really like the way it builds the body. You know, that protein, whoa. And then the food that I eat, it digests at night, and I poop in the morning without fiber. Fiber, controversial now. You know, I read some things about it, how you don't need fiber, but I didn't believe it. But now that I've done the carnivore diet, and I've pretty much done this whole diet without fiber, except for one day, A-okay. So yeah, this isn't a complete 21-day strict carnivore, you know. I did some water fasting in there. There was a day I took in fiber the day before I did the 3-day water fast. But other than that, it's been, you know, clean carnivore. And I like the diet, you know what I'm saying? So I'm about to, you know, make some ground meats, make some chicken thighs, eat that up. And we're gonna take it from there. Tomorrow I plan on doing a water fast. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna do a water fast. I don't know how long it's gonna last. I'm just gonna keep pushing. I've finally been able to rest. You know, I'm no longer restless. The crazy thing about the injury that I had sustained, right, the shin splint or whatever the hell it was, it made me have to sit. I had no choice. I couldn't move on it, you feel me? So I had to sit. And now, the past 4 days, I've been walking, not including today, and I finally, like, it's good now. But now, I'm kind of in a process where I continue to chill. And it's a good thing, because maybe now I can sit down, study, go for some certifications, do some things that I've been trying to do ever since I started this diet, this weight loss process. I haven't been able to sit still, you know, other than when I'm water fasting. So I'm gonna try water fast starting tomorrow. I already bought some Zevia, you know. I've noticed that I do get addicted to Zevia, but the way I'm addicted to Zevia is like a binge. Like, I can't just have one can a day. It's not that I can't, but I don't usually just have like one can a day. I just keep going and going and going, right? I'll have a 6-pack. I might even do 12 in a day, you know what I'm saying? So, but the beautiful thing is I can put it down anytime I want. You know, it's not like a very bad addiction, but there's definitely an addiction there. So I still have a lot to work on after I lose more weight, after I sustain weight, after I gain weight, whatever's gonna happen next. Right? I still have a lot of work to do on my eating habits. And food for thought. Isn't obesity a form of an eating disorder, right? You eat even though you're full, even though you're no longer hungry. Isn't that an eating disorder? So fasting, does it support, right? Is it progressive in defeating the disorder? So far, I would say no. I would say it's successful in helping me to drop the weight, but the habits, they're still there. I'm just able to reduce my cravings and my addictions and then continue to try and work on these habits. You see, something that has been in me, think of obesity as a bug, that's been in me, eating, thriving for, let's say 30 years, 25 years, whatever. I can't defeat it in 1-2 years. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying I haven't been able to. So I'm gonna keep working on it, you know what I mean? It's all a process. Yeah, so we're gonna cook it up, you know what I mean? Got that joint sprayed down. I got my marinade, all right? I really hate making my own marinade. I usually buy like store-bought, but I made my own today for the most part. I used a little bit of this rub. This rub right here, that's what I use, you know what I mean? It's decent, you know? It's decent. There's no carbs, no calories. Controversial on the carnivore diet, but again, I'm not a purist, okay? There's no dogma attached here. Just get down, you know, get in where you fit in. You feel me? Get it how you live, you know what I mean? I got like the weakest fingers in the world. I can never open a pack. The weakest fingers. Another controversial thing I'm about to do, I don't wash my meat. Some people will probably lose their shit when they see this, but I don't get sick often, so you know, it is what it is. All right, so we got that in there. So it's just some water, apple cider vinegar, the rub I showed you, some sage, and I added something else. Oh, and some granulated garlic powder. All right. I'm really in love with garlic. Garlic and rosemary, those are my go-to. I used to like herbs de Provence, but I'm not a big fan anymore. I don't hate it. I like cilantro. The problem I have with cilantro is hard to get that flavor out. Like, it's hard to really get it to the point where you actually actively taste it. So my taste buds and my sense of smell is good when it comes to strong smells, but light smells, it doesn't usually pick up on. What else do I like? Everything else, of course I like cayenne pepper. We don't need to talk about that. All right. So I got my marinade going. Put that in the fridge for 30 minutes to an hour or something. And get this ground meat going, you know what I mean? Yeah, so I usually put the stove on 60%. We'll call that 60%. Yeah. And then I let this joint heat up. I put the lamb inside. I let the joint heat up. I put the lamb inside. Then I put the seasoning on top before I even break down the lamb. Once all the seasoning is on top, then I start to break down the lamb. The reason I do that is I have a tendency to over season. I think the reason that I over season a lot of times is that my sense of taste and smell it only picks up on the strong stuff, you feel me? So I like to put everything on top so I see how much is there, so I can remove anything I don't need or whatever, and then I chop it up, mix it up, start letting it cook up, you know? I find that it's better to cook on a higher heat and then lower as I'm finishing up. Let's get it. YouTube, what's up? It's your boy, The American African. Today is day 21 of the Carnivore Diet. Today's the wrap up, I think, you know. I could wake up tomorrow and say I want to keep going with it, but, you know, I'm liking it. Like, I've been able to sustain my weight. I feel that if I'm doing a diet and I at least sustain my weight, I'm not losing, right? As long as my weight ain't going upwards. I started this diet at like 237 pounds. As of yesterday, I was like 230 pounds. There's been days when I've been 225, 228. It's all over the place because there's days where I eat a lot and there's days where I don't eat much. The days that I don't eat much, I feel like I be suffering, right? My body be like, I need more. The days where I eat a lot, it's weird because I eat a lot, I'll see it, and I don't like seeing my belly like bloated. You know, although when I wake up in the morning, it's gone, but I'll see that, but I'll feel good. I'll feel energized, you know? So it's still a diet that I'm adjusting to and I'm gonna get back to. But what I'm thinking right now, I might have already mentioned water fasting. I'll be saying no more water fasting, it's too nice outside, then I'll be like, oh, I'm going back to water fasting. I know, I'm just going with the flow. You know, I can't explain it, but if I could do a very long water fast, I'd be so happy. And if I can't, it's all good. I'll try again whenever I feel it again. And that's weight loss in a nutshell, you know? You just keep hammering away. You keep hammering away, you keep trying. You never quit, you persevere, you never say die, you know what I mean? I was looking back at last year, you know, my lowest weight last year was like 247 pounds. I reached that on like June 3rd or something like that, right? I was looking back at the pictures. Most of that was achieved through water fasting, right? And I could see it that I was thin in certain places and no muscle was showing, right? when I finished fasting this year, it was a similar thing, but because I was thinner, it didn't look as bad to me. Last year, my physique really bothered me. The way I looked, my build, I didn't feel like I was strong. I didn't have any muscle. The gyms were closed. I used that as my excuse, and I was like, fuck this, right? So I began to eat. I began to bulk up. I got too carried away. I started to enjoy cooking, so many things, and I just kept eating away. By October, I was out of control. I was probably over 300 pounds, 310 pounds, maybe even 320. That's pretty much all the weight that I had lost last year. Kind of, not all of it, but most of it had came back, you feel me? So then in November, I said, F this. You know, I did a long water fast, right? That was my first attempt at 40 days. I think I made it 35 days. Then I came back at the end of December, January, February, and I did the 65-day water fast. And then I came back later on that month in March, 17-day water fast. And that's pretty much where I'm at, right? I've been sustaining that pretty much, that weight loss. I've been just fighting it. I don't want to gain any of that shit back, and I even want to go lower. Looking at things in like a short time frame, it feels like hell. But looking at the big picture, it's like, damn, I'm actually doing well, you know? I'm actually doing well. Since March, 2 months, I've been able to at least sustain my weight. I've dropped as low as what, 210, 211? I've dropped as low as 211. I've bounced back as high as 237. I didn't weigh myself today, but some days it just be like that. Like, this gonna sound lazy as shit, but to take off all my clothes and get on the scale, wet up my feet, then put everything back on, it's just annoying to me. So before I eat though, I'm gonna try and weigh myself. But definitely tomorrow I'll weigh myself, because that will be the end of the carnivore diet, right? Tonight, waking up tomorrow, be the end of the carnivore diet, the beginning of a water fast, hopefully. You know? That's all I got. We're gonna analyze this 21-day carnivore diet that I did. Or I'm gonna analyze it, I might share it. But pretty much, you know, just the lessons learned, what I've learned about the diet, how I think it could fit into a lifestyle, and looking at it as a tool, how important it is. All right, I ain't trying to burn down the house. I'll talk to y'all soon. It's your boy, the American African. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you on the next video. You know how it goes. Peace.